In this video message, I will give you some insight about how lesbians are perceived by women. I can learn from women how women feel and think and believe and behave towards women based on the sole fact that I am a lesbian. Therefore, I have had discussions, encounters with women who have shared with me some very insightful information about how they view lesbians and why they view lesbians according to the mindset of a woman. And the title of my video message is 3 Reasons Why Lesbians Are Favored Among Women. I am Giselle Wallace, certified gay life coach and author. Here on my YouTube channel, I provide my lesbian perspective, and if that interests you, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. 3 reasons why lesbians are favored among women. I will go in chronological order. These 3 reasons are not exhaustive. There's not one that is more priority over the other. They're just 3 reasons that I will provide to give you insight on how women view lesbians and why women favor lesbians. Starting with number 1, why is a lesbian favored among women? Well, because she's exclusive. I was looking up the definition of exclusive, and it was very interesting. There's various definitions for the word exclusive, but one that particularly stood out to me was that something is omitted and is not able to be a participant, or something is only shared with only a portion. And applying that definition exclusive to lesbians, lesbians are exclusive because lesbians are exclusive in who they are attracted to. Lesbians are exclusively attracted to women only. Lesbians do not have an attraction for men romantically and or sexually because they are lesbians. They are female homosexuals. She has an exclusive attraction for women. This is very appealing to women. Why is lesbians being exclusive so appealing to women? Well, for one example, I remember I used to work with this lady and we were friends, we were cool, and I didn't know that this woman liked me. And when I say she liked me, I mean she liked me more than just a friend. Like, she was romantically interested in me, and she made it very clear to me that she was physically attracted to me and even sexually attracted to me. And it was a bit surprising because I thought she was a heterosexual woman. And she told me that she always liked me, like from the very first time she met me at work. And we worked with each other for a couple of years. And she told me that she really liked the fact that I'm a lesbian because she said lesbians, they don't get touched by men. And she said it was very arousing for her to know that I don't sleep with men. And she mentioned how her uncle referred to lesbians as being pure. And she said that her uncle used to say the best kind of woman you could have is a lesbian because she's untouched. And I was really surprised to know that women thought that way. I knew men thought that way about lesbians, like, oh, well, she's not involved with men sexually, and men really value purity. Actually, everybody values purity, but men express it more. And I didn't know that women felt the same way. And I thought this woman was a heterosexual woman, but she didn't label herself, and she didn't say that she was bisexual, but definitely fluid in her sexuality because she's sexually attracted to women. And I learned something. I learned that there are women who find lesbians to be extremely attractive, extremely appealing because they're exclusive, meaning that they are only attracted to and involved with women romantically and sexually. They are not involved with men sexually or romantically. And this makes a lesbian exclusive. But also lesbians are exclusive because of their homosexual orientation. Number 2, the second reason why lesbians are favored among women is because she's rare. Lesbians are rare. And I mean this numerically, but also not only numerically, but just emotionally and mentally. And I'll explain. Numerically, lesbians are rare. Statistics that usually will number how many people exist in the world according to their sexual orientation. And globally, lesbians are considered to be 1% of the world population. There are other reports where lesbians are approximately 5% of the world population. So you can say generally lesbians are 1 to 5% of the world population. And as of now, the world population is 8 billion people. So you do the math. But that makes lesbians very rare population-wise. And when I say that lesbians are also rare when it comes to emotionally and mentally, lesbians are rare because it takes a lot of courage and strength and willpower to be your authentic self, especially when you live in a patriarchal society and a heteronormative society. There are lesbians who are not living in their truth. And to be grounded and to be authentic, that means that you profess to be a lesbian, that you own being a lesbian, you adore being a lesbian, and you represent being a lesbian. And that takes emotional and mental fortitude. Being yourself is more challenging than most people realize because most people are not credible. Being a lesbian requires inner strength, and it requires choosing to be who you are
every day,
despite how the world wants you to be. If you are someone who comes from an environment or a family that wants you to be like all the other girls, a girl who likes boys, they put you in a box that all females are attracted to men. You are programmed to be a heterosexual female from day one. And when you defy the odds, when you go against the grain, you stand out. And lesbians are rare because numerically, heterosexual women outnumber lesbian women. But also, being your authentic self as a lesbian in a world that pressures you to conform to a heteronormative standard, to submit to a man's positioning of you, of pedestalizing him, of catering to him. When you actually stand up for who you are and believe in yourself and value yourself, respect yourself, and you have dignity and self-love, you are going to be yourself. No matter the pressure, no matter the pain, no matter the challenges, because you know and you realize that being a lesbian is beautiful. And so for a woman or a female to claim being a lesbian and to actually live in her truth, this is very rare, because this is why you have women who are closeted. This is why you have women who are on the down low. This is why you have women who are not confident in their own skin, and they just kind of blend in with society. They let people dictate and control their life. They pretend to be someone who they are not, which is a heterosexual female or a heterosexual woman. So it is very rare for a female or a woman to be a lesbian, emotionally, mentally, and even spiritually. Congratulations to all the lesbians who are rare. Even though you are small in number, you are huge in presence. Number third reason why lesbians are favored among women is because she's choosy. Yes, lesbians are choosy. Lesbians are choosy because lesbians, we observe a lot. We've seen a lot. We've experienced a lot in life. And we take a little bit more time when it comes to who we want in our lives. This can be people that we choose to be our friends, people who we associate with, and even on down to our family members. Just because we're related to someone biologically, we're still very careful and choosy about who we even associate with in our families, because we know that there are people in our own families who can be very bigoted and homophobic. So we have to protect our space. We have to protect our peace as lesbians. But lesbians are also very choosy when it comes to the women that they want in their life. I usually discuss how women have a unique power of choosing their partner. Women always choose their partner. If a woman is attractive and you think that a woman has a lot going for herself, she has a lot of qualities that you admire in a woman, no matter how much you may be attracted to that woman, no matter how much you want that woman, you are not able to have that woman unless she chooses you. If a woman does not like you, you will never be able to have her. And it's very important that a woman chooses you, because when a woman chooses you, that means that she really has taken inventory of you. One quality about women is that we are very observant. Like, we have checked you out way before you even realize that we've done so. Women are checking you out from the top of your head to the sole of your feet. They probably already know what you do for a living. And no, it's not because she's a gold digger. What you do for a living, how you earn a living, says a lot about who you are as a person, because most people want to work in a field that complements their character or their goals. This is not really discussed, but women do pay attention to what their prospective partner does for a living, because it says a lot about their character or their motives in life, their ambitions, their goals. And it's beyond just making money. Making money is, of course, important, but women do pay attention to what you do for a living, because, well, honestly, how you make money determines the well-being of your life. If you do something that is not safe, for example, like if you're doing anything that's illegal, a woman who really cares about her life is going to avoid being with you because she knows that you're doing something that is kind of dangerous, very risky. And she really doesn't feel safe or comfortable with the idea of being with you when this is what you rely on doing to make money. And women, another very important quality about a woman is a woman likes to feel safe. A woman likes to feel protected. She wants to know that she can feel safe and protected by her partner. And a lot of people get really confused about lesbians when it comes to women being with women because they usually think that a woman should be with a man because a man is more physically stronger than a woman. However, they don't realize or understand that women who are lesbians, they think differently from women who are heterosexual women. And lesbians don't think like men. Lesbians can find strength in women in other ways than just physicality. But women can also be physically strong to a certain extent. A lot of lesbians are in shape. And the reason why we're in shape is because, well, lesbians, we know that we are not going to be with men. We don't have a desire to be with men. So some of us are very interested in self-defense. Some of us are interested in strength training. A lot of lesbians come from athletic backgrounds. Some of us lesbians are just very active. We like to stay in shape. We like to stay healthy. And some women who identify as lesbians actually know how to physically fight. But outside of that, lesbians have a mental strength that most women don't have because we tackle and face a lot of issues in life that the average heterosexual woman doesn't even have to deal with. We deal with men differently than heterosexual women deal with men because women who identify as lesbians, because they are not romantically or sexually connected to men, we can observe men from a distance and deal with men platonically. And men are not usually used to women who are not romantically or sexually interested in them. Women have to be able to know how to speak up and stand in their truth. And they know how to create boundaries with men. And so lesbians, we develop those skills naturally, but over time we develop them as well because a lot of times lesbians have the unfortunate burden of men who do not believe that we are lesbians, and they may chase us, they may try to convince us that we aren't who we say we are. And so lesbians, we develop a tough skin. That's strength all by itself. And just living in a world where the world doesn't consider lesbians, they don't take us seriously. I've written a book called Lesbian Erasure, How to Cope, Black Lesbian Edition. And you can order my book on Amazon, Apple iBooks. My book is available on many store outlets, even Barnes and Nobles. But I discuss how lesbian erasure affects lesbians in everyday life and how we should process the effects of being ignored, being undermined, being overlooked, being oppressed daily, because this affects you mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and even physically. So I provide on how to cope as a lesbian, how to maintain your authenticity and live in your truth and be empowered as a lesbian. We actually have to work on being ourselves daily because we live in a society that tries to deter you from who you are. Lesbians are very choosy. We're very choosy about who we allow in our lives because of all of the issues and challenges that we face. We're very choosy about who we want to work with. We're very choosy about where we want to work, how we earn a living. And lesbians earn at least 10% more than heterosexual women. And this is called, quote, lesbian wage premium, end quote. Lesbians earn more money than heterosexual women because lesbians do not rely or depend on men for us to live. Heterosexual women are expected to be mothers. Heterosexual women are expected to be wives of husbands. And lesbians, we don't have those obligations. And because of the challenges that we face in life, it makes us rebels. Lesbians have rebel spirits. We fight, we go against the grain. We believe in who we are, and we don't allow people to tie us down. And so we are motivated, we're driven, and we go after what we really want in life. And we get to experience life in ways that a lot of heterosexual women don't, because they have to conform to living a heteronormative lifestyle. So lesbians will usually take risk and do the things that everybody says, no, you can't do that. A woman can't do that. And so lesbians will do it. This is a huge reason why there is the lesbian wage premium, why lesbians earn more money than heterosexual women. And we have more freedom as lesbians to do so. And what can I say? Women, when two women come together, they're a very powerful dynamic. And I honestly believe that in this patriarchal society, there's a fear of the power of women. And so when you have a lesbian relationship dynamic, people, they're afraid of that. They're not sure what the outcome will be. But I can assure you, it will be an incredible outcome when you maintain your sense of self and your sense of peace. So you have to protect your peace, you have to protect your space, and that's why lesbians are choosy. Lesbians are choosy about the female partners that they choose in their life. There's power in women choosing their partner. When a woman observes you, when she checks you out, when she knows your resume, then she may be ready to approach you. Or she knows that you're going to approach her because she already knows that you're feeling her anyway. So either way it goes, being a lesbian, we're both women. We can decide to ask a woman out, or we can allow a woman to ask her
You out.
But ultimately, you choose whether or not you want that woman in your life, because you know that choosing a partner will affect your life. Choosing your partner is a very serious decision. As a matter of fact, it's one of the most serious, important decisions you will ever make in your life as a lesbian. And this is why lesbians are choosy. And quite frankly, we need to be choosy. Quite frankly, we deserve to be choosy, and lesbians are choosy. And to recap, 3 reasons why lesbians are favored by women. Number 1, she's exclusive. Number 2, she's rare. And number 3, she's choosy. And women absolutely love lesbians. They favor lesbians. They desire lesbians. And no matter what you've heard about lesbians, if it's been negative, if it's been some stereotype that's made lesbians look bad, women don't even pay attention to that, because ultimately they want a lesbian. And that's why lesbians are favored among women. I am Giselle Wallace, certified gay life coach and author. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share this video, and also hit the super thanks button, and please donate to my YouTube channel. It actually helps the YouTube channel grow, reach more lesbians and women who love women. I appreciate your support. I thank you. Have a favorable day.